most women will never achieve a soft life. Not because they aren't working hard enough, not because they don't deserve it, but because I think we've been sold the wrong idea of what a soft life actually is. Social media tells us it looks like designer handbags, luxury holidays, beautiful homes, matches, slow mornings, Pilates, and having the money whenever you want it. But what if all of those things were never the foundation? What if they were simply the outcome of a system that most people never build? Because I don't think we're chasing a soft life anymore. I think we're chasing the appearance of one. And I think that's why so many women who look successful still don't feel peaceful. So what actually creates a soft life? After a 13-year career in corporate and commercial banking, I think I finally found the answer, and it completely changed the way I think about success. I think we've become really good at recognizing the symbols of a soft life while completely overlooking the systems that actually creates one. We've mistaken the outcome for the strategy. And I think that's exactly why so many women spend years chasing a life that still doesn't feel peaceful. So, what is the system? I think it comes down to three things. Point one, luxury is an outcome, not the foundation. We consume so much content every single day that without even realizing it, we slowly begin adopting other people's definitions of success, what it means to be wealthy, what it means to be happy, what it means to have made it. And lately, one of the biggest conversations online has been the idea of the soft life. You scroll through your feed for 5 minutes and you'll probably see luxury holidays, gorgeous timepieces, beautiful homes, perfect routines, beautiful lives. But when was the last time you stopped and asked yourself where your definition of a soft life actually came from? Now, don't get me wrong, because I love beautiful things too. I enjoy dressing well. I appreciate quality. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting nice things, especially if you've worked hard for them. But what if those things were never meant to be the foundation in the first place? Because I don't think they're the foundation. I think they're the outcome. And I think we've become really good at recognizing the symbols of a soft life, but recognizing the symbols and understanding the systems are two completely different things. The problem isn't that we've been chasing beautiful things. The problem is that we've been chasing the evidence instead of the architecture. And that's why I think so many women are chasing the appearance of a soft life while overlooking the foundation that actually creates one. Nobody posts the years of financial discipline, the boundaries, the difficult conversations, the investments, the habits, the sacrifices, or the work it took to finally build a life that actually feels peaceful. They post instead the holiday, they post the handbag, they post the beautiful home, and somewhere along the way, I think we've mistaken the outcome for the strategy. When I worked in banking, we never evaluated a successful business by looking only at the outcome. We wanted to understand the systems behind the numbers because that's where the real story was. We wanted to know how the business made the money, how it managed the risk, whether it could survive difficult seasons, and whether it was actually built to last. Looking back, I think we've forgotten to do the same thing with our own lives. We admire the outcomes, but we rarely stop to understand the system that created them. One of the biggest things I've realized is that a soft life doesn't require less discipline. It actually requires more, but probably not in the way we've been taught to think about it, because a soft life requires self leadership. I don't think discipline is about waking up at 5 in the morning or following some perfect routine you saw online. I think discipline is every uncomfortable decision you make that moves your life in the direction you actually want it to go. It's saying no when you know you should. It's leaving the relationship or the environment that no longer serves you or that's no longer healthy. It's investing when spending would feel better. It's going for the walk. It's lifting the weights. It's protecting your sleep. It's having the difficult conversations you've been avoiding. It's keeping the promises you've made to yourself. even when nobody else is watching. None of those decisions feel soft in the moment. In fact, they're often the hardest decisions you'll ever make. But I've come to realize that it's those very moments, the uncomfortable conversations, the discipline, the boundaries, the sacrifices, the healing that slowly shape your character. And over time, it's your character that determines the quality of your life. A soft life isn't created by avoiding hard things. It's created by becoming the kind of woman who can walk through hard things without abandoning herself. But here's the interesting thing. Even if you become disciplined, even if you build good habits, even if you become financially responsible, I still don't think that automatically creates a soft life because I think there's one piece that's missing, and that's alignment. The last thing I realized, and probably the most important thing, is that a soft life is built through alignment. To me, alignment means that the most important areas of your life are no longer competing with each other. Your career supports your well being instead of destroying it. Your finances create options instead of pressure. Your health gives you the energy to enjoy the life you're working so hard to build. Your relationships feel nourishing instead of draining. Your time reflects what you say actually matters to you. For years, I lived the opposite of that. I allowed my ambition to compete with my health, my work competed with my peace, my finances competed with my freedom, because I genuinely believed that's what success required. I thought if I just worked a little harder, sacrificed a little longer, and delayed my life a few more years, eventually everything would fall into place. But somewhere along the way, I realized that wasn't success. It was the survival dressed up as success. The women I admire most don't necessarily have perfect lives. They have aligned lives. They've built lives where the important things work together instead of constantly fighting for their intention. They're able to come home after a long day and still have enough emotional energy to sit at the dining table or the dinner table and be fully present with the people they love. They protect friendships that have stood the test of times. They make time to move their bodies, not because they're chasing perfection, but because they're taking time to take care of themselves. They understand that taking care of themselves isn't a luxury, it's a responsibility. They make decisions today that their future selves will quietly thank them for. And I think that the biggest shift that I've had to make is I stopped asking myself, what does a soft life look like? I started asking what kinds of life actually feels sustainable. Because the older I get, the less interested I am in building a life that impresses other people. I'm far more interested in building one that allows me to sleep well, think clearly, love deeply, stay healthy, and wake up genuinely excited about the life I've created. I don't think a soft life is something you buy. I think it's something you build. One boundary, one disciplined decision, one courageous conversation, one investment, one healthy habit, one aligned choice at a time until one day you wake up in a life that no longer requires escaping. Because maybe the real soft life was never about living more comfortably. Maybe it was always about living more intentionally. If this video challenged the way you've been thinking about the soft life, I'd love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We're going to be having honest conversations about money, health, career, identity, and everything in between. Not from the perspective of chasing appearances, but from the perspective of building something that actually lasts. Until next time, build wealth, protect your peace, and create freedom.